feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it take a swim, only option is to win.
Hey everyone, welcome to the video post-show wrap-up of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank podcast. We had a great podcast with Mike Bennett of Bennett Davis Group and Sir Speedy Printing. You want to listen to the whole podcast at arkansas.shrimptankpodcast.com or download it if you miss it on iTunes. Hey, Mike, today we were talking a little bit about an article that talked about entrepreneurial success and how rare it is. And one of the things the writer of the article, Stephen Toback, said was you need to be able to differentiate yourself. You have to offer something that just they can't get out there, or you're going to either lose market share, but you're never going to gain market share. You had an interesting comment about what you do in that respect.
Right. What we see with a lot of our clients is they feel like if they have access to a MailChimp or they have access to, I guess, a plethora of other
social media, Facebook,
exactly, or even their own desktop publishing systems they have now, their own systems. They feel like if they just get something out, then they've done their job, and the more people they get it to, the better. What our firm belief is that's not always the case. What you put out there is actually more important than how many people it actually gets to. So our differentiating element that we strive for at Bennett Davis Group and Sir Speedy Printing is excellence in design and creativity, and making sure that it is good stuff that's going out.
So you can't get out there and robo creativity, huh?
People think they can, but I really don't believe you can.
Got
you look
it.
like everybody else if you do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of templated platforms that people just log into. I've even seen logos on trucks in this market where I know exactly where they pulled it from, and it was a free logo site. It has nothing to do with their business.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I think Rich asked you a question about why you wanted to become an entrepreneur, and your answer was interesting. It's pretty much cultivated in you. You had it modeled for you by your mom and your dad. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've got the best mom and dad in the world, and both of them very entrepreneurial. Both of them have worked a lot in their careers. My dad actually retired from the education system, but I grew up watching him develop businesses of many types. We had printing presses in our garage as a kid. My mom had a daycare in the home, and he always told me, if you really want to make what you're worth, you need to be in business for yourself. And so I grabbed on to hold of that early. And I really believe
You
that's
did that
true.
right out of the gate, right out of college, right?
I did. Well, I actually had a couple of jobs right out of school. I worked for a couple of ad agencies, but I always knew in the back of my mind, my dream was, as soon as I can, I want to be in business for myself.
So, Mike, as you got into that, obviously you had to start bringing people on. What do you look for now if you're going to hire someone? What do you tell them you're going to offer them, and what are you looking for them to bring to you?
I'm looking for people that have an energy about them. We talked a little bit about grit earlier. Somebody that has the desire to want to work, and that they have a high standard of, like we talked before, of excellence.
Yeah.
They want to do a good job. They just don't want to do a job. They want to do a good job, an excellent job.
You want them coming in actually thinking like an entrepreneur, even though they're working for you.
I
in
do.
essence.
Because even though it was, my dad told me that not everybody is really made to be an
Right.
entrepreneur. I know that. But
If not
everybody,
more than 10% would make it, right?
Exactly. But people do want to be valued, and they want to have a purpose in life. And I look for those people that have those same values as I do and as our staff does. Excellence.
Well, you've been watching the post-show wrap-up of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank podcast. Again, I encourage you, go to arkansas.shrimptankpodcast.com. You'll get lots of great information by listening to the full podcast. Mike, if an entrepreneur, business owner out there wanted to engage you in some way, whether it's brand building, marketing, campaign, how would they get a hold of you?
Advice as an entrepreneur.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I would say go to one of our two websites, bdglr.com or sirspeedylr.com. And then I'm happy to give my cell number out. It's 501-258-3019. And my email address is mike@bdglr.com.
Excellent. Well, there you have it. Another great post-show wrap-up with another great guest. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to be listening. Make sure you listen to the full podcast. Until then, we'll see you next week.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.